First of all, I'd just like to thank all the people at Florida Atlantic. They were fantastic. The NCAA, I mean, we had a great experience here this weekend, and I think they run a first-class operation, and I think for the first time having the tournament here for Florida Atlantic, I thought they did a fantastic job, and on behalf of the University of Virginia, we thank them. I think, congrats to Florida State, to Mark, to staff. I thought they had a great year overall. It was a tough game for us. Not much separating us. We played them 3 times and 1-goal games each time, and I think you have to give them credit. We couldn't get a goal against them in three times. So I think that says it all right there. They've got some weapons at every position, and they're strong all the way around. So, I thought we played very hard today, very proud of our team. We put ourselves in a position to win, and we also put ourselves in a position to come back and get it back even here at the end. So, but we just didn't have enough. So, we just want to congratulate Florida State.
Okay, we'll open for questions. Please state your name and outlet. Okay.
Brandon Hayes, ESPNW. Why is Florida State so much tougher to score against than everybody else for you guys?
Well, I think they're very committed to it from front to back. I think even their forwards are good defenders. I think they press a lot more than they did maybe in previous years, and they do that quite well. It's together, it's coordinated, it's it's trying to minimize the field, and they've got a very strong back line as well. I don't think their back line and their goalkeeper get enough credit, but they've got a good, like I said, system, and they've got good players. And the other part of it is they're good with the ball. They're good with the ball, and they can keep it when they win it. And of course, it's a weapon. That throwing is a weapon. I mean, it can get you out of trouble when you're in your end, and it can cause problems for teams anytime they're in their half, because the ball's going in your box. So you've got a long way to go. Anytime a throw-in's given up, you got a long way to go to get it into the other end. So it's the combination of those things, I think, has made it difficult.
Maria?
Jeff White, VirginiaSports.com. Steve, what do you tell your team after it makes it to the final day of the season and then loses like this?
Well, it's tough. I mean, like I said, there's not a lot separating the teams. I mean, we had some good looks. They had some looks, and they happened to finish the one, which was a great finish by Jamia. This is soccer. That's the way it goes sometimes. We fought very hard. I thought we were organized. I thought we did the things we want to do. Maybe could have executed here and there a little bit better to get a little better chances. But really proud of my team. They're just the greatest group to work with, and they play such good soccer, and they're good. There's never been a day that I've come in and I got to go to work today. It's never been work, and it's always been play, and very appreciative of all 3 of these players, but all our seniors too. Sad day for us because, we don't get to see those guys anymore, but they've just had great careers, and I think they can be real proud of all they've accomplished at Virginia.
Tony Collins, ESPNW. Mackenzie, FSU didn't allow a goal of the tournament. What was it like to face your defense today?
Florida State's a great team, especially defensively, obviously, not allowing any goals. I think that they do a good job of reading the other team's pressure, and that's what they did against us. Like Steve said, we had good looks, they had good looks. It's just about finishing your opportunities you get. So we weren't able to do that today, but congrats to FSU, and yeah.
Pete?
Pete LaFleur, College Soccer 360. Coach, it definitely looked like you changed up the formation with just the one high forward, starting with Mackenzie. I actually bumped into some of your alums who were there, and just to check with them, and they said that was new compared to when you played FSU the 2 times before. But if you could, I want to confirm that, but if you could just talk about that, and Mackenzie, maybe what it was like just being on an island up there, if it was a different feel for you.
Well, I think, yes, we did. We played them twice before, didn't get a good result, didn't get great chances. Felt with the way the way things went and kind of the information that we had over the first couple games, that this would give us the best chance to get a result against them. I think it's tough when we play their midfield against ours. It's hard to build. It's been hard to build against them, and so you have the choice of either playing really direct, which it's not our style, it hasn't been our style, or you can try to put an extra player back there and see if you can build and work your way up the field and get a rhythm and get a tempo, which is the way we like to play. So it was a conscious effort on our part. We haven't moved the ball very well against them in the first 2 games because they pressed very well, and we wanted to build a little bit more and try to keep the ball a little bit and force it inside, keep it away from the sidelines, where they could get throws in our box and set pieces and things like that. And I thought for the most part, it was tough today for Mac. There's no question about it. We knew it would be tough for her. And it was tough, I think, as the second half went on, it was harder to get some support around her. We didn't execute as well as we wanted to in certain times of the game. And I think a pass here, a pass there might have sprung somebody and then we're off, but it wasn't going to game. You're not going to all of a sudden just launch a ball and get behind those guys with the way they play. So you've got to be patient. You've got to work your way up the field. So that's one of the reasons why we changed. I thought we didn't give a lot away. I think the last couple times we played them, we gave more chances, certainly, and we gave more good quality chances away to them. And so there were a couple, those were just some of the reasons why we made the change.
And Mackenzie, your thoughts on how different it was for you?
Being the lone forward up there, it's crucial to have support, and I think at times we did well with that. I think we could have done maybe a little better, and I think I could have held the ball a little better for our team. But overall, I think we dealt with what we were given, our formation we were going to play them in, and like I said, we had to finish our chances. But I think overall we did pretty well with the formation change.
Jeff?
Morgan, in the first 2 games, Florida State got an early goal in the first half and was able to hold it. This game is scoreless late into the second half. Did it have a different feel? And did you feel your confidence was growing the later the game went on, or were you frustrated that you were not able to get any opportunities, score opportunities?
I think that you're right. They scored in the first 2 games that we played them pretty early, and for us it was. And when they did score against us, they were really good defensively, so it was hard for us to bounce back and equalize it. But in this game, when they don't score for, I guess 80-something minutes, and then you're going into the last 10 minutes of the game, it's really anybody's game. It's kind of who scores, and there's not that much time left. So for us, I think that it was a great shot for them, and we had 7 shots to their 8, and I think that's a pretty close game. And like Mackenzie said, it's just about who finishes them on the day.
Steve?
Steve, Equalizer Soccer. Morgan and Danielle, I think the battle of midfield lived up to the billing. It was an incredible battle in the midfield, but it was also very physical. I know for all of you, it looked like there were a lot of fouls, a lot of things that could have been called. How did the physicality of the game affect you guys' style of play, the quick movement and all that?
I think that the physicality was definitely there in all 3 games that we played, and Florida State is an aggressive team, and they're great defensively, and they take pride in that. So it's been the same way in every game that we played them, and I think today, even in the beginning of the game, we dealt well with their pressure in the midfield, and having that extra player really helped us in the build-up, and I thought for the most part we had a lot of control in the beginning of the game, and didn't really seem to, the aggressiveness and the physicality didn't really seem to bother us that much. And then as the game wore on, it's hot out there, and they did well to defend against us in the middle towards the end, and credit to them.
Jeff?
Steve, you don't have a large senior class, but it's obviously been a productive one. Just your thoughts on coaching Danielle and Morgan and the others for the last time in college.
Well, they're all of them are. You really get attached. That's one of the reasons I got into coaching, to coach players like Campbell and Mary and Danielle and Mo, and 4 years goes by very fast. It happens very quick. I can't believe actually Morgan and Danielle and Campbell and Mary are leaving. But this is just part of the process, and we lose great players and great people every year. I think these two are to my left are two of the best that have ever played at Virginia. But they're just great people to be around. And I think if you look at the definition of a student athlete, I mean, you look at these three actually, but we have a lot of players like that on our team. But they've had great careers, and there's partly a lot of sadness now, but there's a lot of pride for all they've accomplished and what they've done and how they've conducted themselves. It's a lot of times you say, well, it's not sort of what you do and what championships you win, it's how you conduct yourself, and I couldn't be more proud of these guys.